Hi, it is iYiKKam time again. So after I have shared the video on This is Wing Chun Kin, I have received many messages from our Wing Chun friends around the world asking me, so what is the true Wing Chun Kin? And today I'd like to share with you what I found. Okay? So hopefully this information can help every Wing Chuners here on to have a view on what is going on. Now, let's start with something which is we need to first understand. There's a term called Zhengzhong Orthodox School, which is very popular in the Chinese history and Chinese martial art history. Okay, this is Zhengzhong or Orthodox School is the thing which people fight and people do whole bunch of stuff, hating each other and compete and so forth. Okay. So I like to share with you this. Zhengzhong, usually if you read classical Chinese and the Chinese history, Zhengzhong come apply most in the Zen Buddhism, So they refer to the teaching of Bodhidharma, which bring the mind seal of the Buddha to China. The teaching of Bodhidharma as Zhengzhong in Zen Buddhism, in Zen. Okay, so that's what Zhengzhong is, or today we translate it as Orthodox School. And I really don't know if this translation of Orthodox School is good or not. Okay, it is a term everybody uses, but what it is. Okay, now Zhengzhong is, in today's word, in my understanding and experience, mean that in engineering term, this is the original concept. Okay, the original concept, because like Wing Chun Kin is a technology. So what is the original concept? That's Zhengzhong. Okay. However, if you look at, say, like in the Zen Buddhism history, you can see Bodhidharma pass his teaching to the second patriarch, the third patriarch, so forth. And at every generation, they have something which is an object which is to prove that this person have the proper transmissions and the original concept. Okay, and at that time is the passing of the bow, the ropes, the monk ropes of Bodhidharma, and then the bowls. Okay, passing it down. Okay, and as everybody read the Platform Sutra of the sixth patriarch Huinan. Okay, so Huinan got the transmissions, and he got the rope and the bowls, which is transmitted down to him. And his Sifu, the fifth patriarch, asked him he better leave the place right away, because somebody might even kill him because of he have the bow and rope. Now you can see, even this is 1,000 years ago, it's already like that, because everybody want to be Zhengzhong. Okay. Now, and if you read the Platform Sutra, you can see that so Huinan just fled from his Sifu's temple, and then even he have that transmission, the true teaching. Well, he's not Superman. He still have to hide away from somebody try to kill him. And you see people chase him for rope and bowls and so forth. Okay. And even we can look at the history of Bodhidharma. At Bodhidharma time, this is 达摩祖师, okay? People, because of this rope and bowl and who is Zhengzhong, people even poisoned him for a few times, tried to kill him, but because Bodhidharma have a lot of very deep Kung Fu, people poison him, say, okay, you poison me, no problem, I eat it, okay? And he dissolve it. So you see this Zhengzhong stuff is what it is. At the end, it become an object that everybody rush for. It's no longer the teaching of the Buddha, but everybody want to be number one. Okay, just thinking, oh yeah, if I have the rope and the bowl, I am number one. Okay, everybody compete to be number one, so everybody fight. Okay, so this is primarily Buddha's teaching, which has to be compassionate. It turned into that. Okay, read the Patriarch Sutta and see how 6 patriarchs has to flee away and hiding. Okay. Now, after the 6th patriarch Huinan, he said, okay, this is enough. So he teach everybody. Zen become kind of education. So it split. It speak to Japan. It split. It separate to a lot of places in the world. And today, you know, we can have Zen from China, from Japan, from everywhere. Okay, because it is the original concept of the teaching is there. Okay, it's no longer, hey, you know, I got the book, the bow and the rope. I am the Zhengzhong. I am the guy. Okay, the reality is that. And again, I want to say, even the 6th patriarch Huinan got the rope and bowl and got the transmission, he still have to flee and he still have to hide. It doesn't mean that his Kung Fu is so big that everybody, he can defeat everybody. No, read it, okay? Now, talk about in Chinese martial art history, you can see all this fight of Zhengzhong along the 100 years of history. Okay, the case usually will be the student of the Sifu who already passed away have written document from the Sifu saying that, okay, you have my teaching, and then probably the descendants of the Sifu with the last name will say, no, this thing only passed only to our last name. You are not having his last name, so you can't have the real art. Okay, or a few of the student, some say, oh yeah, Sifu give me this, Sifu give me that, so you know, so everybody have Zhengzhong, everybody fight each other, and it turned into a mess. Okay, so in the Chinese poetry, there's a saying, they're saying a very famous poetry saying this. He said, cooking the beams with the stock of the beam, and the beam is crying in the wok. He said that both the beam and the bean stalk come from the same root. How come right now the bean stalk is using it as the fire to fry, to cook the beans? Okay, so originally everybody in the same root. It get into the point that everybody want to be number one, to know it all, and benefits and fame and everything. Then everybody kill each other. Because of that thing, I want to be number one. Okay. So from Buddhism, from Chinese martial art up to today, even if you watch the movie Ip Man 3, again, the issue of who is Zhengzhong, because people want to prove they are Zhengzhong, they challenge Ip Man in the movie. Okay, so all sort of this kind of stuff. And today, because I think different way, I like the Huinan way, let's stop this thing. Let's get what is the original concept of the Wing Chun. Lay flat, open up to the whole world. So here on, we don't have this fight of Jingzhong, who is number one, or because I have the last name of my my sifu or my father, so forth of stuff. And this is not contribute at all to the teaching, to the art. Okay. And before we talk about this, the topic of the Wing Chun original concept, in the 613.3, there's 3 system key. The first is the key of the law, meaning that whatever art has to follow the law of physics, biomechanics, and the Yellow Emperor Classic, because it's Chinese martial arts. The second is the law of uniqueness. Wing Chun cannot be Tai Chi. Tai Chi cannot be Ba Gua. Boxing, Western boxing, cannot be Chai Lei Fa. Okay, everyone have this uniqueness. And then the last key is a key of the variations. Say for example, I do Xiu Lim Tao today, 56 years old. Compare with when I was study with my teacher when I was 18. It will be different too. You have variations. Even though I do the same set, I follow the same teaching and the same critique. Okay, so there's variation. So if I get more heavy or skinnier or older, thing change. There's variations. However, the common denominator, the teaching, the core is not going to change. But the way of perform, there will be variations. And also, everybody, even though if practice the same thing, it will vary to a certain degree. For example, for the Android phone, you have Samsung make the Android phone, you have this Asus make the Android phone, you have different brand of Android phone. They have variations, even though they are still using Android operating system. Okay, so we need to be so broad in understand this law of physics, the key of law, and then the variations. We have to accept variations, even we change. Okay, there's no fix, and then but the uniqueness, the uniqueness has to be the same. Otherwise, you cannot call a BJJ a Western boxing. I mean, if you call a BJJ Western boxing, BJJ, what are you talking about? Okay, so we have to put this in mind instead of saying, oh, that guy do Tan Sao this way, that is not Wing Chun. What do you mean? Okay, if he is a shorter, fatter, and taller with a longer hand, of course it's going to be different. Okay, as soon as the core of the teaching is following the specifications, then it is what it is. Okay, so and there will be an evolutions and so forth coming in. So it's not worth it to have this fight of Jingzhong, not Jingzhong. However, we need to know the system uniqueness. If we don't know the uniqueness, there's a problem. Okay, so today I like to share with you the uniqueness of Wing Chun. Okay, from the Yip Man's, Grandmaster Yip Man's interview, which is written in the New Martial Hero of Hong Kong, and the iYiKKam salutations, which is from the Red Book. I want to share with you this so that you see clearly what it is, this original concept of Wing Chun. And so here on, hopefully there's no fighting of who is Jingzhong, who is not Jingzhong, but proceed for moving forward. Wing Chun need everybody to develop it to become better and better and better, because our society, our technology is better. Okay, 50 years ago, we might people want to study Wing Chun probably for the fighting part. Right now, you see everybody like to have this health management and so forth, health coaching and so forth. And it is, Wing Chun do have this part of the technology. So Wing Chun is going to grow to fit into the, say, the fitness centers today. So it is no longer, it will be no longer be like learning fighting arts. Okay. So if you talk about economics, this is a big market there. And so why is that I bring out this economic? Well, we need to watch out here. The Chinese culture have an idea thinking that if the politics is settled, then the economic take care of itself. While the Western culture, like the American culture, is having this the ideas of if the economics is healthy, then the rest will take care. The politics will take care of itself. Okay, so this is a two-type stereotype. And for today's world, which is pretty westernized, we see that the emphasis on the economic is actually pretty good, because if you see the traditional emphasis on politics, it really not expanding and benefit so much people. So in terms of benefit everybody, which is the good solution. So again, in some part of the world, maybe politics is number one, and then the economic is supporting. In some part of the world, probably which is like today, majority is the economic is the first thing, and then the politics come with it and so forth. So this is also, there's no fixed rule, but I mention it here because of we can no longer have the idea saying that, oh, if you teach, you take money, you are a bad guy. Okay? Well, the guy has to eat too if you teach. The professor in MIT or in Harvard or Stanford have big salary also. Okay? So we need to look at things in the pragmatic and realistic way, instead of it's always easy to point a finger, you wrong, I wrong, and those kind of stuff. So I bring this up, okay, because Wing Chun Kuen has to be able to provide financial compensation and so forth if we want to make it into a professional, like a university's class, formal class, and all Sifu become like a professor, a real professor. Okay. Okay. So let's look at Wing Chun today. Wing Chun today. Okay. Wing Chun today. I use this this wooden dummy to illustrate what the general Wing Chun today show. Wing Chun today will show with a structure, holding a structure, having a forward pressure. That's number one thing. Okay? And then you have this change punch stuff. That is the structure and forward pressure. Okay? And the second thing Wing Chun today show is Qi Sao in this range. Okay? And then have different kinds of hand techniques practice in Qi Sao in this range. Okay, hitting the center line. Okay, and hand techniques play over here. That's the second. This is the second characteristic, generalization characteristics. Okay, based on top of the structure, and then the forward pressure. The third thing is Tanda. This one, press forward pressure, and you shoot in because we want to get the center line, and we want just to get our opponent to get pushed out, and so that we can get his center line. Okay, so you push out, you do anything. Okay, so the goal is, the idea is to push him out and strike him, or trap his hand and strike him in this range. Okay, now let's look at the concept of Wing Chun in Grandmaster Yip-man's interview. First, he talked about a rattan body, flexible, agile, unrestricted rattan body. Well, structure, forward pressure. Is it implementing rattan body, or it is a total opposite? Ask ourselves. There's the solution. Okay? Of the Wing Chun teaching. We don't have to go 100 years. We just look at what Grandmaster Yip-man's interview in 1970s. That's it. Okay? Now, the second thing is Chi Sao in this range and hit each other and so forth. Okay? Trapping and playing this range. Okay? Now, the same thing is ask ourselves the questions. Is this long fist, or is this close body short strike, which is written in the Chinese ancient or the past two generations past writing on stick body short strike. So ask a question, how is this type of Chi Sao, which is in a long range and push each other away, accord with the stick body short strike, which is has to enter close and stick at the opponent? Okay, so versus get in close, sticking. The answer again is there. The third thing, and the second thing, as I said, the stick body short strike, you can even hear it, learn about it in the Yip-man 2 movie. Okay, it's as popular as that. Okay, now the third thing is this Tanda, press, sustain, or push him away, pressure him away, and strike, and capture or striking, attacking the center line. This Tan Sao. Well, if you read Grandmaster Yip-man's interview article, he said clearly, Wing Chun's hand is about receiving. That is Loi Lao. Come accept. The accept is receiving. Receiving. So if it's receiving, how can it be pushed forward with forward pressure? Try to break structure, sustain, and so forth. Well, it is in the article. He said clearly, this is not pushing and moving hand and so forth. It is receiving. Are we receive when we're doing this type of stuff? So receiving is this, receiving. Okay? This is pushing. So based on these three, we know today's Wing Chun have evolved opposite direction with what Grandmaster Yip Man wrote or was addressed in the interview. So if you want to say the true Wing Chun, orthodox Wing Chun, we don't want to talk about something which is really advanced or anything, or chi and everything. Let's look at this. The Ratan body, the close, the stick body short strike, the receiving. We can see today's Wing Chun is very, very movie distorted. The reason why movie doing that way is because it looks good in the movie. Okay? It is Wing Chun? No, it is not Wing Chun. Per Grandmaster Yip Man's writing, or the writing in his interview. Okay? So, Ratan body, stick body short strike, receiving, and this receiving is this. Let him come. Let him have his way instead of blocking him or try to get him out of my range and hit him. Let him have his way. Receive him, and this is retrograde. Okay? So these three things. This is the orthodox school of Wing Chun. This is in front of everybody's eyes. No, it's not Tai Chi. No, it's not fudging, like take the force down and hit. Because people keeping thinking on this long range, long fist type of art. With those kind of mindset for past 65 years or so, everybody will reason ourselves or speculate ourselves or move into the direction of long fist. And how is this Wing Chun, even up to Grandmaster Yip Man's time, which is designed for stick body, short strike, Ratan body, and receiving, works or become the true teaching when everybody is thinking structure, long fist direction, move his body out, move his hand out so that he can strike his center line. Okay? That simple. That clear in front of our eyes, but we don't look at it. Okay? Now, let me bring you to 1840s Red Book. This is 1970s when Grandmaster Yip Man do his interview in the for the New Martial Hero magazine in Hong Kong. Let's go to, I bring you here to 1840s, to the Red Book. Okay? So, in iYiKKam teaching, again, I don't want to talk about this as a lineage. I want to talk about this as a part of the Wing Chun legacy. Okay? Got nothing to do with lineage. Got nothing to do with every Wing Chuner. It is inheritance, like a legacy of every Wing Chuner. The same with Grandmaster Yip Man's article. It is a legacy of all Wing Chuners. Okay, there's no lineage here. Just get rid of those things. Okay, because we want to talk about common denominator, the original concept or original design concept. So, in the ancient time, the salutations of a system is very important. Salutations of a style is very important because it tells two things. it tells the identity of that style, and then it tells the technical abstract of that style. Okay, so I want to bring you to 1840 by evidence we know today. Okay, we decode that, like the Da Vinci Code. Now we can decode it. Okay, so let me show you the iYiKKam, the salutation which is iYiKKam performed in the Red Book era. Okay, so it's like this. So this is the opening salutation, and then there is a closing salutations. Okay, so these two salutation. Now let me explain to you what it is. First thing, this is a female salutation. If you look at the Chinese ancient opera, the female always salute this way. This is showing the identity that this belongs to the male performing, playing females' roles group in the Red Book. Okay, that's what it shows. The male actor which is playing the female role in the Red Book. That is what it is. Okay? The second, this is saying overturn the Qing dynasty. This is return to the Ming dynasty. Okay? This is, okay, 5 leg 4 C, meaning that entire China, okay, 10 fingers with the same heart, meaning that all the races in the China have the same heart. Return me my country. That is the anti-Qing group in the Red Book, which is iYiKKam, Li Man Mao, all these people our Wing Chun ancestor is from. Okay? And then the closing salutations. This is saying that long elbow, short finger present to the hero. Okay? So at that time, 1840, hero, Ying Hong Hong Ying, that is the code name of the Tiandi Hui triad. So the ancestor is belong to that group, which is the Tiandi Hui, the the Qing group. Okay, so this is the identity of this martial art, which is the Wing Chun, is the martial art of this group of people. Okay, now the salutations, one part of it is designed as the gesture performing, telling what is the identity of the art, and then the second part, which is usually not showing outside. So today I want to break it down to show you all. And here on, everybody have this legacy. Okay, we want to make this educational, like Huinan, the 6th patriarch. Everybody has true Wing Chun. Okay, this thing, the salutations, the female salutations, actually is a low bong sao. And actually, if this is a line of fire, look at this, a line of fire, look what happened. I'm slanting and entering. Line of fire. Enter the body. Enter the body, because short strike is an art of entering the body. You see, I slant away slightly from this line of fire. I move in. Okay, that is what it's about. The angle. Instead of run into like that, you slant the body in. But not that much, right? It's not totally like this. It's just simple a little bit off the line and enter the body. Okay? Thus, as you say, long, come, short, receive it. Receive. The term receive is very important. The term which is Grandmaster YiKKam wrote in his article, saying the article, receive. So in the Chinese, say 长来短接，贯入身. Long come, short receive, enter the body. That's what it is. The term receive. In Wing Chun, we do not have the receive. We got problem. We got stuck out there. We don't know how to enter the body. Okay. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this. Okay? This is a Tan Sao type. Actually, this is a Cao Sao. It's not Tan Sao. Tan Sao is like this. Cao, this is Cao Sao. Okay? And this is the fist. Okay? So, same thing. This is a line of fire. You see? Line of fire, me and you. Enter the body. So, okay, enter the body. That is where the footwork. That is where the thing kept in the salutations. And if you notice, with this salutation, always the hand is here. The hand is here. This is called Sao Lao Zhong. Our hand, Wing Chun hand, always in the center, in the middle. Again, this one, you can see this explained in Grandmaster YiKKam's new martial hero interview. Sao Lao Zhong. Okay? So the key is here. The abstract of the arts. It's all here. All these hand techniques here. But today, I don't, you guys all know about these techniques already. I don't want to go through all this thing, but you see how this the abstract of the art at that time is. Okay, and then the last one, the closing salutation. The closing salutations. The closing salutations. Okay, this is line of fire. The closing salutations is this. You see how I enter? I'm not doing this. So it is usually a lot of people make a mistake, like when they do this salutation, they do this. There is a mistake. The key of the short strike, close body short strike, is the eyes always have to look at, or the face have to look at the center line, the sector axis of others. So it is this. I look at him. I look at him. Okay. So this salutation is like this. It's not like this. Because it is that, for example here, it is this. I move away from the center line, the line of fire, or the line of your attack. Okay, and I move in. So, in the 1840s, this is Wing Chun's abstract we can know today. And it parallel with what Grandmaster Yip Man present in his interview. Okay? Perceiving, entering the body. This the stick body short strike. What in this 160 years missing, be it we don't know whether it is intentionally or unintentionally, is the art of entering the body. Your son or my son. Because without the art of entering body, the technology, the training of the footwork and so forth of the entering body, one stuck here. Because the Wing Chun is designed to get close, not here. Even like this one, if I go box out, punch him, his other hand is going to hit me too. Thus, you never see this type of stuff in MMA or anything, because it will get into ugly struggle. Both parties will get hit in this range. You cannot try to move away. Well, sure, you know, if he's not 300 pounds, I try to move him, turn him away, or sustain him away. But if he's 300 pounds, different story. That's why the Wing Chun is moving body. That's why it said the idea is 长来短接贯入身. Coming the long fist, I receive him shortly, enter the body. Okay? So, this is the basic. The idea of Wing Chun is a stick body short strike. The uniqueness is to receive and entering the body. The body has to be in ratan type of body. In today, you can call it, I call it 7 bolts handling and some those things. Using the torque because it's closing. So it is entering the body. You handle his center of axis. You go close, finishing up here. So that there's it say that 长来短接贯入身. Once you get inside there, you just finish up the whole thing. Okay, so that is the idea. That's the concept. So if we look back as today's, how are we supposed to use this in Wing Chun techniques? When we cannot enter the body, we do not receive, we do not have a ratan body, but with the structure and forward pressure. Try to thinking, oh, he's big, so I can push him further, or I can sustain better, more sustain. Instead of saying, I just receive, I walk in, I don't want to fight you. I want to finish the whole thing here with the torque. So, if we want the orthodox school through Wing Chun, this is what is by evidence since 1840 to Grandmaster Yip Man's time. So here on, please do not get into true Wing Chun or orthodox school We want to get into education. We want to proceed further. We want to be really human and have this positive contributions and constructive contribution. We don't want to promote violence and like even at that time the Buddhist monk. This is talking about Buddhist monk. The 5th patriarch students try to kill the 6 patriarchs. Everybody is rushing for who wanted the bow and the rope. In fact, the Buddha teaching is totally opposite from that. Okay. Instead of the teaching of Buddha is to benefit everybody. Now is I want to be the #1 guy. Okay, I'm the best fighter. Thus I say it's my say. Look at that time. So we know even the monk, the Buddhist monk, the Huinan time, fall into this trap. And today we have much better educations, and our society is much in the civil. Let's not going down this path of Jing Zhong through Wing Chun anymore. There's a lot of technical stuff we need to investigate. Today what I'm showing you is only what I observe and investigate and research in 30-40 years. And the next step is yours. And I talk about economics and so forth is because if nobody get paid, nobody going to do research. I'm pretty lucky. I'm working here as a design engineer, so I can have a little money to do research and my time when I have my time to do research. But we need like if we need professional, we need to be to have a system like a professor in the Stanford University or UC Berkeley or MIT Engineering School. Okay. So this is for you today.